What's going on, everybody? This is the last tree on the scene to come down today. It's a good feeling for sure. We gotta go ahead and clean up our destruction from yesterday's mess. At the end of the day, we got that Vermeer 12-inch diesel chipper. Seen the damage that thing's been doing. It's amazing. So glad that Sunbelt had that new machine for us to use and utilize. And yeah, that tree, there's the house. It should land right here where I'm walking. We'll move the truck and chipper after we chip up this mess. We'll drop that thing right here. The goal is not to damage that maple tree, but keep it out of the wood line and not create more work for ourselves by hitting the wood line with that big tree. Let's walk down here for a second. Gives you a better view of how big that thing is. But we got Dalton and we got Ian, so we're gonna fire up this amazing machine that Vermeer has created for us. It's its own little mini train sitting there beside you, eating all these trees up. Let's see what we get into today. Should be the last major day of work on this adventure. Welcome back to another episode of Elite Landscapes, Life Stories. Today, we have a special email sent in from one of our fellow community members. We'll hit that up here soon. We also got to talk about keeping your eyes wide open. All right, out here, anything can happen at any minute. You got to keep your eyes wide open, guys, on the job site as well as living life. Pay attention to what you see, what you hear. Throw it through your filter system. Like just logging this chipper, filter that information through your brain and make sure it makes sense before you start believing in it. Now, I was far away from the machine, but I heard the difference in what was coming out, and it just had a different vibration noise to it. I looked up and noticed the chute had fallen down just from the force of those big logs we've been throwing in that machine. It just loosened up that connection up there. So yeah, after I sat there and watched a huge log turn into a big pile of extra work, nothing to it but use your head a little bit, notch your muscles, smack that thing into place, and then let your tall man on the job do the honors. No need for a hammer here. Just smack it a few times. Nice and tight. We're good to go. The boys went ahead and took care of that pile, spread it all nice and clean for us. Wow. So next we'll go ahead and break down some job numbers for you guys. I know a lot of you gentlemen like to hear the numbers and the figures and how stuff works when it comes down to actually doing the actual work, as opposed to what you saw in your brain happening when you bid the whole job. So in my mind, when I was bidding this job, I was looking at 10 days worth of work at the most, if I just came out here and rocked it out as hard as we could. I went ahead and we negotiated with the client, took a few things off, and we got the price at $10,000. Okay? So after that 10K gets put there, you have chipper use and rental, and you have my labor costs. You have gasoline, you have business insurance, you have chains, bar oil, Diesel fuel for this chipper was a total of like $96, all said and done. So all those figures, I came out with about $6,000 at the end of this. That went to the business side and helped me pay my bills that accumulated over the winter. Got caught up on that stuff. Had just a little bit of money to buy some food for the house. And then it's back to picking up more work and getting it all done, boys. It's almost spring. We're going to hit an amazing video to help you guys out when it comes to the spring work next time I throw one out there. It is probably the most substantial decision I ever made that changed my life. And I did it like 5 years ago. I'm going to share it with all y'all next video. Money. Gotta have it. Well, we got that cleaned up with mad quickness. All cleaned up. Dalton's getting ready to do the deed. Yeah, the deed. He's got to climb up there and put that pull line in now. Yeah, let's see what he does.
We good to go?
Yep.
Alright, so as we watch Dalton show us his skills he's acquired, we'll go ahead and create a nice little comment section question. So, looking at this tree and thinking about showing up on a one-day adventure, climbing up it, doing your thing, dropping it carefully and precisely without hitting the house or damaging other trees around you. Chop it up and haul it away. How much would you charge for just one tree? I already know the number I would charge, but I like to know y'all's thoughts. So hit up the comments with this as you watch Dalton following my advice, sitting down, wrapping his legs around that trunk, and just letting that thing do its acrobatics in the air with the wind flow. If you've never been that high up in a tree when it's wind blowing like that, it's fun stuff. Takes a little bit getting used to. Wonderful, wonderful adrenaline rush. And if you can handle that, it definitely frees your spirit. Kind of connects you with the world. Yeah, I know. It's windy. Kind of makes you nervous dropping a tree that big close to a house. Check it out. We got it all under control. That's what we always think, right? So, thankfully, Dalton makes it out of this tree safely. His knot is nice and strong, secure. We have this rope going 2 trees deep into the forest, tied to the back of the ram. Precise drop right between that hardwood tree and the wood line. So look, before there's any major pressure on it, I'm going to put the wedge in. Alright, after I put the wedge in, I'm going to go to the truck, put a little bit of pressure on that rope, and then I'll come up here and cut a little bit, and I'll probably put a little bit more pressure on it. Then I'll cut to where I think I need, to where I can just pop it off, and then I'll jump in the truck and pull out.
Okay.
Now, the only reason I don't have you in the truck while I'm cutting is because you've never done it before.
Yeah.
You don't have how to put just enough pressure, not too much pressure.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, so,
I understand that.
alright. But while I'm cutting the back side for the first time and the second time, I'm going to have you in the driver's seat ready to pull if I say pull.
Okay.
And hit the gas, okay? Alright?
Okay.
Alright. I don't know. Nah. We got this, man. Ain't nothing. The Lord's got us. The wind is going crazy. Mother Nature's kind of teasing us a little bit, isn't she? That's all right, though. We got the Dodge Ram. We got the Husqvarna saws. We'll get it down. All right. Check it out. Alright, so I'll walk you through this real quick. I went ahead and put a upside down wedge in the front of that. I sliced in on both sides to disconnect the fibers on both sides. And then I started at a downward angle to connect that downward wedge that I put in. Jumped out, tightened up that rope a little bit, just so I knew I had enough pull on it so my bar would not get caught up under the weight, especially with the wind blowing. And I already knew, coming back here, that once I started cutting on this thing, I was going to have Dalton pull forward. I didn't tell him that until it was time to go, and I just yelled it, "Go!" And he did wonderful. Check it out.
Hey!
Yeah, man. Yeah. Ian's also back behind the camera. Go show that little cut. Yeah. Perfect little bite. That's when you start driving.
Nice.
We'll hit that perfect little bite mark right there. Yes, sir. Wind and all, fell right between it.
I know.
Didn't hit that maple tree. Didn't hit the woods. Yes, sir. And we didn't hit the house, which is right behind us. Yeah. Good stuff. And like all of you, I take a nice big, deep breath and a victory sigh, a relief when everything goes as planned. So here's what it is, coming from the front yard up here into their backyard now. Boom, wide open, no more forest. That's right, it's a good feeling. Down to the wire now. Smooth this chipper into place. We'll get down to business on this cleanup. And we're going to go over this amazing email, this life story.
Perfect. Yeah. Straight goes back there, and then all you got to do is cut the limbs and then drag them right there.
High elevation there.
Yeah. Sweet. Might need to move it a little bit when we get to the top part.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Yank that.
That'll work. Say the camera different anymore.
Perfect.
The whole tree. Y'all enjoyed this job? Yeah. Glad it's over. Almost.
Beyond glad.
Yep. You guys ready to dive into this amazing life story that was sent in to me? Here we go. Hello, my friend. It's Steve, Sage's dad. Thanks for responding to me. It means a lot. In 2020, I had to take my daughter out of public school to save her life. She was, and still is, bullied. She's now 11. Oh, I'm gonna jump in there. Happy birthday, Sage. I know you just had your birthday this past weekend. Happy birthday. Ha, much love. All right, back to the email. She's now 11. No child should suffer like mine. I was bullied and tortured by my mother and father. I'm 55 now, and the nightmares still roar through me. Sage has often told me she doesn't want to live. I told her I should be a statistic, but all the stuff I've put myself through makes me the beast that I am today. I reached out to many companies to send Sage a sticker and tell her hello. Most didn't, but Greenworks reached out to me and asked if they could send Sage a mower, weed eater, blower kit, batteries and chargers, some merch. My brother in Hawaii bought us Husqvarna equipment. My auntie in Hawaii bought us a battery-powered bottom feeder pool vac. My wife got us a business license and tax ID. We have to go to the courthouse next week to finish the paperwork. Then we will advertise and get the hustle on. I've been heartbroken and sick, wondering if she's going to stay in the game or not. Please say a prayer for me and Sage. This year, I'm 12 years, meth and drug and alcohol free. Made more mistakes than 10 men, and I'll be 56 in July, so my time with Sage means the world. Alzheimer's has begun to set in. I've worked on Sage Green Power since last April, a dream. Now, a reality very soon. I've told Sage by the time you're 18, you're staying on top of the mountain, owning your own business. I will be able to write a book about me being bullied and my daughter being bullied. It sucks, bro. I can say all the right things, but behind her eyes, I see something else. One day, we will meet up, my brother. Thanks for all you do. Sage's dad, Steven. February 2022. Checking back in with you guys. So, I had one tree that I thought probably should come out. Sent the picture to the homeowner, and yeah, we're gonna take it out. Is that one right there? And basically, we got a bunch of hardwoods right here, and these will all prosper and bush out much better if we get rid of this evergreen in the middle, this crowd and everything. So, yeah, last little tree droppage, and then we're headed out down the driveway, and we're gonna kind of nitpick ourselves and just a few things that I've seen here and there that I want to take out of the woods and get rid of. We're gonna do that. All right, so I'll check back in, give you the final view. We'll go up on the deck and look at it. Yeah, go on the deck, you'll like it. It's amazing. So I responded back to Steven. Thanks so much for sharing this with me and with this community we are building together. I have total faith in your mission's success. If you would like to talk by phone this weekend, please feel free to send me your number. I'm sure we're going to have a wonderful conversation, my brother. Steven replies back, thanks for checking Sage's stuff out. It means a lot. Next week, she's going to start unboxing her new equipment from Greenworks. I've always had gas equipment, but I wanted to put her in her own lane. She's one of a kind. I write to Instagrammers and YouTubes, not to beg, but to just acknowledge my daughter that there is good people out there. I paid cash for a small house here in 2020 in Florida, little yard, pool, trampoline, and a puppy, thinking this would help Sage make friends. Boy, I was wrong. Hopefully, my Instagram pages and YouTube will show Sage that there are good people out there. I'm reaching out to Al Blaze to see if he would make Sage's channel pop. We're not going to be on YouTube for the views. It's to show Sage's journey in her life at this time that she made it through. And before I run out of time. Thanks, brother. Our story will be epic. Hustle, grind, rewind. It's all I know. Hashtag no bullies. Well, Steven, I do agree with you 100%, my brother. your story already is epic after the time I spent with you this weekend talking to you. So continue on your life path and be that sturdy rock for your daughter now, as she has plenty to overcome. But with your help and your strength and your guidance, I have faith in you. So everybody, I'll throw out 2 photos of their page so you can start following them. They're just getting started in this adventure. They can use your support. Just like we all need support out here going through life. And big shout out to all my subscribers, all my YouTube family that actually take the time to kick back and watch these videos, listen to the message, and then you sit back and think, and you try your best to apply it to your own lives. Much love to you. Let's watch how this tree finishes up here. So the mission finishes up with a perfect drop between a beautiful shrub and a nice tree. No damage done. A special shout out to Sage, happy birthday, and a shout out to Steven. Stay strong. Y'all be good, love each other, be kind. Let's check out what I got to say. That's where that first cluster was. That's where that tree was we're just at. So from here, all the way around, it's nice and clear. So the last 2 weeks have been full of teaching, being patient and understanding, and on and off the job site. Life hits you from all sides all the time. And my thoughts now while I'm standing on this deck are my thankfulness to God. The safety He gave us, the entire mission, and the guidance and the people that He puts in my life. It's amazing once you have a relationship. You ought to try it. That's it back here. Let's look at it. Okay. That goes to the front yard. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, I'm gonna come back tomorrow, pick up this wood, take him out to my friend's house. He needs some firewood, get him through the rest of the winter time. What do y'all think was your first major tree job?
It's great. It's great.
Just
Fun.
they just loved it. They loved every second of it. Nah, they did a good job. Hey, remember always, love each other, be kind, peace.
Crazy.